Ready? Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3.
Good morning, Bubus.
Morning, Bubus. Happy Labor Day. We've had a heck of a weekend, and we just wanted to get into that and just unpack it a little bit for you guys. But before we do that, we are Bubu Future. I'm General Future.
I'm Minny.
And we're on a mission. We're on a mission to help spread self-love, acceptance, inner peace. And we believe that, that is a feeling that is achievable and it's available for everyone out there. And so we just want to be a part of the movement that is spreading that message. And in order to help support the mission, we're on a mission to make money by selling pre-owned clothing, home goods, O.G.s, art, other interesting knickknacks, and we offer them up for sale on bubufuture.com, and as well as on the online marketplaces like eBay, Poshmark, Depop, things like that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, come check us out, help support the mission, and enjoy the show. Wow.
So.
Yeah, so we had a wild weekend. Mm-hmm. It was filled with a lot of just activity and us just like focusing on the task at hand despite the craziness going on. And I feel like we did a pretty good job of that. So I'm proud of that part. Yeah. But if you guys have been keeping up with the show, we just had my brother and sister-in-law's wedding celebration party in Chicago this weekend on Saturday. And so like leading up to that, Sierra was in charge of like the planning, in stuff. In charge of stuff.
I don't know. Still don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
For the celebration, and this came about because the way that this all came together was like it wasn't obviously like nothing is planned until it's planned, right? But my brother said he wanted to do a party, and this was like unexpected at first. But at the same time, like that's what he said he wanted to do. So we're like, all right, like let's see what we can do. And he went ahead and he booked a venue and and then what? And then how did we get in the position of planning this?
Yeah, he planned it and they're like, oh, we need help. Or we're just like, I'll help you. Mm-hmm.
And then
what?
I don't know. Like I'm trying to like, recall the story of how we ended up planning and like what the expectations were as far as the planning were.
Yeah, I don't know if there were any expectations.
Right.
Yeah, and so we're just trying to, I guess, form some kind of plan and expectation, I guess, for them.
Yeah.
Just in the parameters that we were given and just like what we thought would represent.
And like also trying to be like low budget. Like,
right.
We wanted to do as much DIY as we could.
Yeah. And
then.
Sorry, I'm still like recovering from
the way the weekend.
From the weekend.
Yeah.
We just helped them. I don't know, what did we even do? We helped send out invites, keep a record of guests replying, and you just forget. Like that's a lot too.
All the little things that go into
just like tracking people down. Yeah. Are you coming or you're not? But luckily, the event was just more laid back, more chill. They wanted to feel like more like a house party, so they weren't really
expectations as far as like we need to have like place settings at all.
Right. It was just like it doesn't matter. So, but I also still wanted it to be still some kind of, I don't know what the word is, like a standard, or like I still wanted, like I wanted to honor that essence, but knowing that we are inviting guests, people are coming in from out of town, they're flying from other states, just wanted to, be able to, what's the word, host them, host everyone the best that we could. And yeah,
Yeah.
I think we were successful, and I just felt very thankful for everyone that made time to come out and support Eric and Chi. It was very moving.
Yeah, it was a really great time. I saw a lot of familiar faces and faces that I hadn't seen in a while.
Yeah.
That were good to see. But like going into the weekend, you know, obviously like the pressure is starting to pile up because like we're like have to get all the pieces in place in order to be able to execute the things that we know that we have to execute.
Yeah.
But then like on top of that, we started getting a lot of questionable or a lot of messages and questions about the event as expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I'm trying to start addressing like
I guess we had what we had in the plan that we had in mind for the wedding. We just tried to make it as simple as possible. We knew the venue. We were able to tour the venue very quickly one time, and it just had a lot of great elements. We're like, wow, like Eric, you did such a good job booking this venue because we really don't have to do much in terms of decorations or anything. So like it's perfect for our budget. It's perfect for, you know, just keeping everything simple so we're not running around with our heads cut off, I guess. Like let's really enjoy ourselves, you know, because you know, it's a celebration. But I think I was very naive in thinking that.
Naive in thinking that we could
that
pull
like
it
my
off.
plan could that even, I guess thinking back, it's like, oh, I had a plan, but oh, silly me to think that I had a plan. I don't know, that's kind of how I felt because, you know, I guess because we were kind of leaders in this, that we were to lead the way, but I think I don't know how to describe it. It's just, yeah. I don't know how you want to wrap this up, but yeah, it was just.
No, I
Yeah.
Hold on.
I guess we're just kind of, no, there's something, it's, I don't know, what did you want to.
I thought we were going to get into
Yeah, we
like
can,
your feelings about.
Yeah, we could get into that.
Yeah.
I just don't know how you want to segue into it. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. Like, why don't you give us a recollection of like what led you to be here, feeling the way that you're feeling? Like, what are all the things that happened?
Okay. I think what it was is, you know, we had a plan, but also I guess, you know, we had delegated the catering. And I know Eric really wanted to do the Korean ceremony.
Yeah. Oh, the Korean.
Yeah, and he really wanted to have Korean food. And, you know, and then, so we had delegated that to my mother-in-law. Because I know those are two things that she'd be really interested in doing. And I think in a way, because she was in charge of those things, like silly me to think that we had saying in anything, because she kind of just like took over everything basically. even though it was only those two things, it's just like the energy that she brought with everything. We can tell like she was trying to assert her opinion how things should go. And I know there was a lot of like, well, we think it's this, whatever, but I guess that's just, with that, and it was just both moms. They just came in very strong.
Yeah, for sure.
And in a way, I did feel like, oh, I guess the vision that I had or the plans I had were kind of like overridden, or just like taken over and just spun into something that I wasn't expecting. But at the end of the day, as much as in the moment I was like, what the heck is going on? I feel like I'm losing control. But I just, even though I felt that way, I just kind of let there was some resistance. I had naturally, but then I was just like, they're just too powerful. It's easier just to join them.
Of course.
And then, so I just like let it go. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, there was a feeling of just like it's kind of like almost rude. I think that's only like
What was rude?
Just like the situation, just like I know that they weren't trying to be rude on purpose, but just kind of like being like, oh, we know that you're leading this, but like we have all this, and I think you should do this, and oh, we're gonna do it, like, and then asking my opinion, and then not even, they didn't want my opinion, but they're just asking it just so they can cover their, facts, I guess.
No, it was the strategy seems to me. Right.
Yeah.
I saw this on a couple of occasions on both sides. The strategy seemed to me like they would bring up a topic, asking an opinion when it had nothing to do with the things that they had been like agreed to, or they had the tasks that they had been delegated, almost. Right. It was like very like tangential, and they would bring up a topic and like ask you your opinion, and then you would
be like, oh, I see it like
and then
this.
You would give your opinion. And they'd be like, no, actually, I disagree with the opinion, and now I'm gonna take over like that little additional space of it.
And the funny thing is, I'm married into, Day's family, so there's a lot of, interesting, whatever stuff with that. It's nothing new to me. I don't know why I was expecting it to be any different that day, and that's like on me. That's like literally, I should have just going, I'm just like, I've been witnessing, and I've had this relationship with your mom for like almost 20 years, and nothing's changed. So, except, and then, so I don't know what I was expecting. Like,
yeah, I think a lot of times we expect
just like give people the benefit. Yeah. And, and I don't know about some of you guys out there that, have in-laws, and
we know there's a lot of in-law drama out there.
And, and as, disappointed and upset, and just like, as I get, and so many times, and especially this, and after this, just thinking about everything, I have like whiplash from everything that's happened. All you can do is just laugh and just, it's life, and then on to the next. That's the conclusion that I am choosing to go with, because honestly, there's no point in exerting energy for me personally to like push my agenda or push my opinion. And for other daughter-in-laws out there, really, there's no point.
Yeah, I don't know.
You just come out wrecked and tired for what,
I think the point that I was, or not the point, like the way that I see it, for one, I just want to let you know that I am not dismissing how it was that you were made to feel when the moms came in and did that.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying that, what they did was right or what they did was wrong. But I'm also not saying that how they made you feel. I'm not denying that you felt that. I'm very sorry that you were made to feel that way, through their actions, or the way in which they inserted themselves into a thing that, it felt like you had a clear boundary of like what it is that you were going to do and take care of, but in their way of doing things, they kept, repeatedly crossing that boundary. Like, we were getting text messages at like very late the night before the wedding or before the party, just about random stuff.
And I'm trying to make the centerpieces after working a full day at the
Sierra
salon.
had worked a full day at the salon. She came home, and I had come home from, where was I coming home from? Just like I was doing other family stuff, right? And then I came home. It was starting to get dark, and I see Sierra in the garage with a headlamp on because we don't have very good like super bright lighting in the house, like enough for like working, right? So she was like wearing a headlamp in the garage, like trimming hostas and ferns, like after a full day of working, and I know that she has to get all this done, and that, you know, we've been discussing the vision as she was like collecting the plants over the course of last week. So I was very aware of like the scope of Sierra's vision and how much work that it was that she had to do. And
But it wasn't even that much, though. I was trying to make it like
don't
simple,
minimize
you know.
that.
No, but I was.
Don't minimize the amount of work
no,
that
but
you
like the
did.
same people, like people can be like, well, why don't you just hire someone, right? The same thing as like the same thing for the catering. Like a lot of the food was like made, like
Right.
a quarter of it was ordered, and then the rest was like made by like either your mom's friend, or like they were like making spring rolls like in the back in this little air fryer.
Right, and the rice they
And
made
the way
there,
I was just like well, I thought we had discussed just catering everything so that we don't have to, we can minimize the work. And I guess the same thing could be said for me, but like the difference was like I knew that I could do this. Like I could do it on my own. I didn't have to ask 5 of my friends to come, you know. But anyways, that doesn't matter. But you know what I mean? It wasn't that serious. It wasn't that serious going into it. Like I did, like, like,
No,
you
but
know,
anyway,
whatever.
Before you very rudely interrupted me to say this, the point that I was trying to make is that I was seeing how, like, you know, all the work that was going to go into, like, I wasn't judging whether the work should be done that way or not.
Right. I'm just letting people know, like, I'm aware.
Okay.
Of,
yeah.
like,
for sure.
not just like, oh, I did it this way and you did it. We were all freaking neurotic and crazy.
Yeah, of course.
In our own ways.
Right. But all I'm saying, I'm just like setting the scene for the viewers that were not here, like in the 12 hours preceding the
Right. Okay. Yeah.
like the morning of, right? Like, so Sierra is like home, like finishing up, like gathering all of her like supplies to make these beautiful centerpieces, which she put together, you know, piece by piece. Before she's doing that, like she's out there like with a headlamp on, like doing that. She gets started. It's dark out. We pull the light out of our studio to come light the living room because, you know, so that we could work in here comfortably, like with surface area and good lighting. So we go through all that and we're doing it. And I'm just like being an assistant, just like cleaning up and like.
You're the best assistant.
I was like processing ferns.
Yeah, you're cutting them from the bush.
I was cutting them from the bush and like pulling the leaves off of the stems, etc. And then like we're just hanging out, like Sierra's working, putting together her centerpieces, and we're like, "Do you smell that?" Yeah. Sierra's like, "Skunk." Yeah. Like immediately she clocks it. She goes, "Skunk."
Someone's been skunked,
and she goes, "Margot's been skunked." Yeah. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, way. She's been skunked.
Yeah, and so I go outside. I'm like, Margot, and lo and behold, here comes Margot, like trembling up, and she fucking reeks. She stinks. She's been skunked right in the face. And so, you know, luckily, like, it's not our first skunking. We knew a little bit better than like previous times where we're like the first thing we did was like bring her into the house and like carry her into the bathtub, get water on it, and that just like makes things worse. It carries the smell inside the house. The clothes that I'm wearing get all skunked up. So what I did was I ran to Walmart, bought the stuff that I looked up for an anti-skunking recipe, which were hydrogen peroxide, baking soda, and Dawn. Gathered those things, came home, stripped off all my clothes so they wouldn't get stinky. Started like mixing together this thing, and like I was like panicked, so I put way too much Dawn and was like yelling at myself. I was like, "God damn it, I used too much Dawn." And Sierra's like, "Are you okay? Like, why are you freaking out?" While I'm like naked in the backyard with our stinky dog
in the dark.
And it was quite the scene. Like we were able to like scrub her, wash her, and like take care of that.
Yeah.
And then Sierra went back to work and put the centerpieces together. It was a crazy night. We were ripping cigs and like smoking.
Drinking Diet Coke.
Yeah, like chugging Diet Coke and smoking joints in the living room, like just to make it through. It was an ordeal. But here's the thing. We're not complaining about the fact that it was hard. It was
so fun. Yeah.
We were jamming out the tunes. And like, I knew that I was just there to try like and support the mission as far as like the thing that had to be done. And so I was happy to do that. And everything was great. We wake up early, and so we finished up and like we're in bed and like probably went to bed at like 2:30.
Yeah.
Sierra had to wake up early the next day. And like the first thing she had to do wedding related wise, Margot, you're in the shot. Was we had to run and get donuts for the donut tower. We go to Mariano's, pick up a bunch of donuts. She drops me off at home, gets ready, takes off to go to She's place to help her do her hair and makeup. So like Sierra's running on like 4 hours of sleep, and then like immediately gets up to start the day, and then like she's off and running. And like throughout all this, she's still getting like peppered with like texts and like little updates. And then eventually one of the things she finds out is like somewhat like, I think it was Cheese Mom you were telling me, was somehow you found out that there was a friend of hers that like she had asked to make cookies or something, like that wanted to like contribute cookies to the party.
I found this out the day after it.
Oh, the day after? Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
That was funny. But like, anyway, we'll get into it. But like all sorts of crazy things happened. Like Cheese Mom, like first telling us she was going to be there till at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Which, like, okay, but the party starts at 4. You should probably get there before then. So she was like, okay. And then she's like, well, I have a lot of stuff to do, so I'm going to try to get there at 1. And we're like, we told you the place opens at 2 o'clock. And, it's not like you're expected or like asked to do anything. Like, and if you know that you will only have a short amount of time to set up, like you have the option to like limit it. Like,
right. Please just do the things that we had asked.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It wasn't like we don't appreciate it. It's like
we know our restraints. Like we know, like,
Yeah. So it was just like frustrating having to deal with that kind of energy while we were going through all of the stuff that we were going through, trying to set up the things that we had to take care of for the wedding or for the party. But lo and behold, the day comes, everything is getting started, setup is fast and furious and way more involved than we were expecting.
The setup was actually like, we had asked some friends, some VIPs to come who have just, their energy is great. And I was like, this is people that I want to be surrounded with. I know they're capable.
Yeah.
And so, but honestly, there really was not much to do. I had planned it where it's just like, put the centerpieces on the table, throw the candles on. And the only thing that we really had to work was the welcome table, which was simple. And then the donut cake tower. And that was, my plan was, that was the main thing that we were gonna do for the dessert table, because that's what the bride and groom had said that they wanted. They didn't want a cake, they just wanted donuts for dessert. Easy enough, they're so chill. We do that. And then a bunch of other elements were added in, which were, at the end of the day, it was beautiful, glad to have it, but it was also
unnecessary.
It was a bonus. It wasn't necessary, but it was just a bonus.
It was a bonus.
It was a bonus. And as much as I wanted it to be a little bit more chill and not so chaotic, as literally the way I planned it was that we would have time to be like at least half an hour to like chill, or at least something, just chilling, changing our outfits. But I just felt like it was just like like not the way that I wanted. Like
that's kind of my mom's MO.
The style, and I was
and
just
apparently
like,
Cheese Mom's MO.
I was just like,
apparently it's just the
and
way.
they're like, there's so much to do, and I was like, well, I told you. We tried to make it as simple as possible, so there was not much to do. But I'm learning that some moms just, that's how they operate.
Right.
If they're not like running off with their heads cut off, I guess, whatever, they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Which is just like as frustrating and just like, why are you doing that? Like, I don't want to see you like that. It's just like, we gotta let them go through.
For sure.
All the stages, I guess. And like I said it before, you just gotta let it, I was kind of watching all the siblings, because you guys grew up with this kind of energy.
True.
So I was watching you guys, and I was like, wow.
Because it was a whole family affair.
Yeah, I was watching how everyone's reactions were, and I just learned, I was like, I was kind of like, clutching my pearls, but seeing everyone and then being just like, yeah, there she go, mom's going again, there she goes, whatever, she's turning. And seeing that just was like, okay, there's like, if this is just like things that just happen as part of a process, then I need to respect that too. And so,
I see what you mean.
I can't be, me being like, why are they doing it like that? You know.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of, like from me in the beginning a little bit, but I was just, reading the room and, there's no point of me trying to point out things. It's just let it be. Because at the end of the day, as neurotic and chaotic and crazy everything is, the goal, the mission, we're all on the same, we're on all different journeys, but it's the same, end goal, I don't know how to
No, exactly.
The mission, we all have the same mission, just our journeys to get there, we're just different.
Yeah. It's just the way you do things.
Yeah.
The only thing you can control is the way you do things, right? As an individual, that's it. Other people have the ways that they do it. And I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with having a different way than other people do things. It's that, I don't know, it's very easy to get caught up in identifying or getting, seeing people operate in a way that you just know is not the way for you. And you're just like, yeah, and it's just I understand.
Right,
yeah.
I think what it is, and I'm glad we're talking about this because I feel like it's almost taboo. I mean, we are literally putting this out there, not to bash anyone, but literally just to be honest.
Yes.
And be like, these kind of things happen, and you just have to just always think positive and reframe it to either, help the mission or help yourself to cope or to come to terms with it.
Yeah.
But I think, one of the deeper things that I was wishing was I wish there was more of a collaborative conversation instead of I guess moms bring I almost felt like we were going to war and the moms brought these secret secret weapons that they didn't tell anyone because it was supposed to be a surprise or not even a surprise, but just because they wanted to just kind of throw it in there without anyone's opinion or whatever. And I just thought it was just funny. It was just funny. All I could do was laugh because I'm just we didn't need that, or I said we didn't need that, but I still see that you brought that.
Oh yeah, one of the funniest secret weapons, one of the funniest ones that I personally thought was really funny was Chi's mother. She was originally asked to bring this a watermelon carving.
Yeah, two, I guess.
Two of them?
Yeah.
That was the original ask?
That was the original plan,
okay,
yeah.
So the original ask was for her to bring these, they do these beautiful, intricate watermelon carvings.
So beautiful.
And we wanted to, incorporate them into our party because they were at the Hmong wedding in Green Bay.
Yeah, and I wanted her mom to be a part of, at that point,
Come here.
At that point, she wasn't.
Down. Sit.
Because Eric was planning it, and she had planned the Green Bay wedding, the Hmong wedding.
Down.
We didn't really need, but I wanted her to be involved in that way. And when she had offered, I was like, oh, absolutely. I would love to showcase your artistry and have you help out in that way.
No.
Yeah, but anyways.
In addition to bringing a lot of things that she had asked if she could bring, but then, we had said we didn't need it, but she brought it anyway. Which if she wanted to, she can bring whatever she wants.
Yeah.
But the fact that she brought she had these cantaloupes which were carved.
Yeah.
Just a number of them, and then during the setup, we're like, oh my gosh, where would you put these?
Yeah.
I just saw that becoming a question of a stress point.
Yeah.
Of trying to figure it out, and I was like, where do these come from?
And then all this fruit came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Your mom made all these.
Again, we're just talking about the surprise factor.
Yeah,
of it,
fruit cups, and then there was all this I was like, where do these strawberries and grapes come from?
Yeah, but like some examples of the secret weapons that we're referring to.
But
those are funny.
And it's just funny. It's just all you can do is laugh. And, you know, Chi's mother did come up to me at one point and was just like, hey, sorry if whatever, like I was too much. And I had told her, like, you know what, at the end of the day, this is all, you know, we're all here for Eric and Chi, and like the more the merrier. And that's the way that I reframed it for myself.
Yep.
Like it was, like at first I was like, why are they mucking up my Pinterest board and like my vision of like what it's visually gonna look like, you know? And they you know, but you know, the more the merrier, honestly. The more the merrier, you know. I think the energy was just put out everything that we can, like every person that's involved just put out. There was no restraint. They just put out everything, like literally. The moms put everything into it.
Really
like I literally, you know, you two put all our everything, like literally every piece of physically, mentally, spiritually, just into the prep and like also, you know, keeping guests entertained, dancing, looking like an idiot on the dance floor like I always do. It's just like
there's some good bits.
And it's dancing. It's just how I approach any kind of wedding, whether it's like, you know, usually as a guest, I will, you know, just throw my soul, bare my soul on the dance floor, and then you're so depleted afterwards. This was nothing new, you know? And so,
it's the Bubu way.
And so I was, I'm...
Mookie.
I was, you know, all in all, besides all that stuff, and, you know, I like, it's funny. It's like a little comedy, you know, and it's all love.
It is.
You know, it's all love, and it's comedic. I know. I just felt like I was in like I Love Lucy.
There was
like in an episode of I Love Lucy, like but that was funny, and I was just overcome with emotion. I was just felt the love and just felt so appreciative to like everyone that came out to support Eric and Chi. And just show them love and show them support, and on this, you know, as they begin their journey as a married couple. And I just want to thank everyone, all the friends, family members, people that you know, couldn't be there, but you know, were there in spirit. So much gratitude.
So much gratitude, so much love for Chi and Eric. You know, again, I'm so happy we were all able to gather to give them a big love bomb. And,
it was a big love bomb, and it went off so well.
Yep.
And I feel like all that like drama and tension, like it ended. It just fueled the love bomb. It made it like bigger. For them. So I'm happy for that. Yeah.
I know that was a lot, and Minny, it may feel like I sprung this on you, but you know, we were talking about it earlier, and I thought it was important that we get this out.
And I'm happy to share, you know, like we're not perfect. I'm so imperfect, especially, and very opinionated, and I'm willing to show that part of myself. You know, we're always talking about inner peace, loving yourself, and trying to love others. And I was tested this weekend, and I was tested, and you know, it brought me back to, you know, the importance of, you know.
We talked a lot about like closing, about loops.
Loops, yes. Oh my gosh, that's a good...
In our daily lives when we have talks about like what's going on. Sometimes we will be like, oh man, I just feel like, you know, we'll identify things that like seem to reoccur in our lives, and we refer to them as loops. And like we were talking about loops, and coming up to this, like even the build up, we felt similar types of energy in our lives before.
Right, from when I feel like when your mom planned, she wanted to have a wedding at church, and there was a lot of similar loops that I was trying to break. I don't know if that was the right thing. Because at the end of the day, what's going to happen is going to happen. But I don't know. Do you think we?
You know what I think it is?
Yeah. What do you think it is?
I think the loop happens based on like, so you go through an experience and then you come out of it, right? And then based on how it is that you react and respond and what your trajectory is, if you respond in the same way that you always would have, you're just going to stay on that same trajectory and you're going to be put through that loop again. But if you're able to, as you come out the loop, hit it and like respond to it with, again, like seeing it for what it is, processing how it made you feel, but then deciding to rise above or, you know, succumb to reacting to the feeling, like that's going to determine whether you get put on a trajectory that will, you know, put you on a different kind of loop, or if you're going to go through that same kind of loop again.
Right.
And that's,
I
think that's just that's a general future made up hypothesis.
Yeah. And the beauty in that is you get to do, you get to make things, you get to either break the loop or you know, you get to improve on yourself. And that's how I want to frame it for myself.
Exactly. Like
because it's so easy to be like, God, why, you know, why is she always like this? Or why is this person like this? Why are they testing me again? Or like, you know, and it's, why are they making me be mean?
they always be testing me.
But, no, I learned, I know. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you know, and at the same time, everyone coming out of this weekend, like, all have different lessons they've learned or different inputs that they've received. And so, like, everyone's processing, doing their own aftermath processing, I think.
Hopefully not, but...
I mean, it's not for us to, not for us to worry about.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Man, and then yesterday we wrapped it up with a random bike ride on Lakeshore Drive.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about that.
And then a delicious dim sum meal with the two families.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, that was nice.
Really nice. Thank you, Eric and Chi.
And yeah, and then we spent the rest of the day decompressing. I ate half a package of a family-size Oreo. That's my go-to, just like comfort food. I think my like
wow, that's an intense comfort food. Yeah,
like it's bad. I feel my insides are mad at me. I was pooping out. I'm pretty sure just like dust of like Oreo dust,
black dust.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then I'm going off to open mat at Tommy's gym. I got to get going for that. But guys, happy Labor Day. It's the end of the summer. We have an end of the summer playlist that we put together. We'll share it with you guys in the description and on social media. So just something to take the edge off. But I hope everyone has a great Labor Day. Have a good, you know, finish off and rest and relax. And thanks for joining us for this episode. We love you all.
We'll see you next time. Bye. Oh.